Imagine minding your own farm when one day you find a ransom-style graffiti on your gate demanding HOA dues you never agreed to pay. That's exactly what happened to me, and trust me, Karen Linda had no idea she'd just picked a fight with the wrong farmer. I run Carter Family Farm, not a hobby plot, but a thriving, multi-generational operation just outside Maplewood Estates. My property was deliberately purchased well beyond the HOA's beige fences. Fresh air, elbow room, and zero board interference. I traded crops with my neighbors, helped shovel driveways, even joined their summer barbecues. Life was, well, farm fresh perfect until whispers of a new HOA president, Karen Thompson, drifted through the subdivision. At first, it was small stuff, a cryptic note on my windshield about drive-through speeds, a nervous headshake from Mrs. Patel about new visual impact rules. I shrugged it off. I wasn't subject to their bylaws. But then 3 identical white envelopes appeared in my mailbox over 7 days, each stamped urgent delinquent notice, each bearing the HOA letterhead, each demanding $550 in backdated dues plus penalties. Mind you, the invoices even listed my correct rural address, but nowhere in the HOA. Curiosity piqued, I donned my work boots and headed to the HOA office. A smug glass building dripping with plastic succulents. There I finally met Evelyn Thompson in person. Bleach blonde bob, pastel pantsuit, and the most phony smile you've ever seen. Before I spoke, she sighed. "You're here about your overdue payments." I blinked. "The ones that make 0 sense?" She slid me a manila folder full of vague maps showing her cul-de-sac line looping into my fields, and a note claiming I benefited from HOA-maintained ambiance. I looked at her like she sprouted a third eye. "You mean I'm paying because I can see your hedges?" She nodded, dead serious. "You partake in our holiday lighting and landscape flair." I leaned in. "Ambiance fee? Really?" My tolerance snapped. "Keep your topiary and your delusion." Evelyn's smile curdled. "You'll be hearing from us again," she hissed as I stormed out. At dawn, I nearly drove through my own gate, only to find yellow caution tape strung across it and in dripping red paint, "Pay what you owe." It looked like a B-movie ransom note. My heart hammered as I peeled it away and rushed inside to check my security cams. There she was, Evelyn Thompson herself, tiptoeing through my gate at 12:07 a.m., paint can in one hand, her Pomeranian yapping on a leash, tagging my fence like a vigilante. I couldn't decide whether to laugh at her audacity or scream in rage. I chose to get even. By 8 a.m., I'd phoned my attorney, Marcus Reynolds, the same guy who'd handled my property closing. He laughed so hard I almost hung up on him. "She spray-painted your gate? Oh, we're going to demolish her," he wheezed. He told me to document everything. High-res photos of the graffiti, download the midnight footage, note the exact timestamps. By noon, he'd filed a cease and desist, reported her for trespass, and drafted a lawsuit that made even my jaw drop. Her splash of red paint violated at least 4 statutes: criminal mischief, trespass, harassing communications, and malicious damage to private property. But Evelyn Thompson wasn't about to retreat. She wanted war. I spent the afternoon prepping my exhibit binder. Security cam stills, crisp invoices I'd never drafted, and certified deeds proving my farm lay well outside HOA jurisdiction. The hearing took place in Maplewood's Community Hall, once a pancake breakfast venue now charged with electric tension. I wore jeans and a clean flannel, no airs, just resolve. Marcus trailed behind, briefcase in hand, giving me that "we already won" grin. Evelyn sat at the long table in her rumpled pastel suit, flanked by 3 anxious board members who'd once traded bushels of tomatoes for my honey. Mark Tony Davenport, the vice president and former berry buyer from my farm stand, cleared his throat. We'd like to make a proposal," he stammered. I raised an eyebrow. "Unless you want this on the evening news, please continue." Tony swallowed hard. "If you drop the lawsuit, we'll cover the cleanup costs and offer a goodwill settlement." I exchanged a look with Marcus. They were folding. With a slow nod, I said, "Gentlemen, I'll drop it on one condition. Evelyn Thompson publicly resigns as HOA president and issues an apology in every neighborhood newsletter." Silence thicker than a hay bale followed. Evelyn's lips quivered, then trembled into a forced nod. The room exhaled. That evening, I sipped coffee on my porch as dawn painted the sky. Across the road, Evelyn stood behind a flimsy podium her board set up, reading from a printed apology, voice shaking, monocle dog at her feet. Cameras rolled, neighbors watched from their driveways, and the local blogger live-streamed every stutter. Pastel suit and all, she'd lost every shred of dignity. In the days that followed, HOA board collapse. 3 members quietly resigned. The HOA's bank account dwindled after refunding my so-called dues. Community barbecue. Neighbors brought pies and pies of apologies, some awkwardly offered to me, others to the empty podium where Evelyn once stood. Gate restoration. A local mason donated fresh timber and wrought iron hinges. My gate now bears a discreet plaque. Justice served 2025. I restored my farm in peace. No more caution tape, no more spray paint. The only graffiti you'll see now is my kids' chalk drawings on the driveway. So yes, Karen Linda tried to bill me for my freedom and ended up bankrupting her HOA empire. Moral of the story? Never let a clipboard bully invade your fields, especially when you have legal acreage to back you up. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic HOA takedowns.